Can you remember when you were a kid? Happy, free, not a care in the world. Excitement was never far away. As kids, we would play, explore, or simply wonder, protected by the people who you love. Sleepovers was the moment that girls would form bonds, sharing their thoughts and secrets with one another. Secrets like talking about the boys they like, or just giving each other makeovers. Doing what little girls do. One night in October 1993, 3 girls were having such a night that would inevitably end in tragedy. Join me as we explore the unnatural death of Klaas. Welcome to Simply Told.
October 1, 1993. 12-year-old Klaas was hanging out with her 2 friends. They'd arranged a slumber party for that night. Later, after 10 p.m., a man walks in, carrying a knife. He tied the 2 friends, covered their heads with pillowcases, and told them to count to 1,000, allowing him the opportunity to disappear with Polly. The search for Polly was huge. Between 3,000 to 4,000 people were out looking. 30 minutes after Polly's disappearance, an all-points bulletin was sent over police channels with the suspect's information, a known criminal, by the name of Richard Allen Davis. Unfortunately, at that time, police radios could not inform neighboring counties, leaving them unaware of Polly. Around 20 miles away, a young lady was leaving her employer's premises, where she worked as the nanny. Making the way down a lengthy driveway, she notices a suspicious-looking vehicle that seems to be stuck. She called her boss, advising her of the vehicle in her driveway. The owner, with her daughter, hopped into their car to have a look. Moments later, she passed Davis in his car. Rather than stopping, she drove straight to a pay phone, where she wisely contacted the police instead. Not long after, 2 police officers was sent to investigate. It was only a few hours earlier that Polly was taken. Neighboring counties were still unaware of Polly's disappearance. The police ran Richard Allen Davis's license. It came back clean. They ran his plates. That too was clean. When the towing service arrived, officers took the opportunity to search his vehicle, after it was dragged free. All they found was an open beer container. He was cleared of that, as he wasn't operating the vehicle at the time. After filling out a report, the police allowed Davis to leave, but not before emptying his beer can. About a month later, the 28th of November 1993, the property owner had loggers clear out part of her property. Later that day, the sheriff's department got a call from the property owner. She claimed to have found items that may relate to Polly's kidnapping. Investigating officers was sent out to the scene. A few items of clothing was found, that matched clothing Polly was wearing on the night of her kidnapping. Fortunately for the police, they had Davis's details. The Sonoma County Sheriff, with the Petaluma Police, and the FBI, searched the property. The search had to be kept a secret, as Davis was still under surveillance in California. Davis was later arrested, after the search had failed. The search was meant to resume once Davis was in custody, but was soon called off, after he finally confessed. He led police about 30 miles from the search site. In a shallow grave, they found Polly Klaas' remains. For some reason, Davis would not give detectives a timeline of his movements on the day of the kidnapping, even though he'd confessed earlier. Detectives believed that on the night of the kidnapping, Davis had killed Polly, hiding her body in an overgrown part of the property, before the officers arrived. The police had escorted Davis off the property. They kept behind for a while, till the freeway. Satisfied, the police turned off, leaving Davis to be on his way. He waited, and only returned when safe to retrieve her body. Detectives also believed that the grave site was chosen in advance. It gave Davis the perfect viewpoint off Highway 101, where he commuted once a week to meet with his parole officer. The grave was well hidden from the highway, but the site was visible. Police activity would easily be noticed. Davis had caused a stir when he held up both middle fingers at the courtroom. The judge later stated, "It is very easy for me to pronounce this sentence, given your revolting behavior in this courtroom." Richard Allen Davis was sentenced to death by lethal injection. He is currently on death row. As for Polly, her ashes were spread over the Pacific Ocean. Gesturing to some, a final goodbye from her family and friends.